Here in the U.S., this past Monday, September 1st, we celebrated Labor Day, often marking the unofficial end of summer, a time where people and families gather to celebrate. There's parades. But if we look at the history of Labor Day, it was started by people who felt called to make a difference. Now, these people were not trained orators. They were common everyday folks who got behind a mission. Imagine it's September 5th, 1882, and you are on the streets of Lower Manhattan. It's a buzz. There's a jeweler's band that strikes up a tune, and a modest line of workers falls in behind. They marched all the way to Union Square, and thousands had joined them by that time. These were, as I said, ordinary people, immigrants, craftsmen, laborers, nervous, unsure, maybe even a little afraid. That is true today when we go to speak. We're just everyday people getting behind a cause, leading a team meeting, sharing our story, wanting to make a difference. Yet, the nerves can get the better of us if we're not careful. Here's just a couple of things I want to share about this labor movement in the 1880s. It wasn't powered by polished speeches or grand stages. It was fueled by everyday workers, tired of long, grueling hours, dangerous conditions, and low pay. They weren't trained in rhetoric or persuasion. They were united in purpose, enough to spark a change. So in 1894, just 12 years after that first parade, President Grover Cleveland signed a law making Labor Day a federal holiday. So here we are, all these years later, having the opportunity to take a day at the end of summer to relax and enjoy our family and friends. Let's connect that to your work as a speaker, because what I can tell you is standing up, especially for the first time, whether it's a prepared presentation or off the cuff, so to speak, sharing your opinion at a meeting, introducing yourself at a networking event, nerves can be overwhelming. It's tempting to believe, ooh, I need more practice, I need more polish, I'm not ready yet. And you let that get in your way. I want to tell you the truth. And the truth is, your voice matters. And what you have to say is important. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking up in spite of it. And just like those workers willing to share their point of view and their ideas, even when they felt nervous, you want to be able to capitalize on the same thing. So here's what I want you to think about. A networking event where you need to meet new people, but you dread introducing yourself. A team meeting where you need to share your idea, but your heart pounds so much that you can't speak up. A presentation you've been asked to give, and you're not sure everyone is going to like what you have to say, and you're thinking, they're going to notice. I am so nervous. These moments may not feel historic, but they are pivotal. Every time you step in, build your confidence and show up, people know your voice is worth hearing. So here's some things I want you to think about. Start small. Speak up in a small setting, your team huddle, before tackling a bigger audience. Focus on your purpose. When you remember your why, your speaking fear subsides a little bit. So let's take that networking meeting as an example. When you're a little reluctant to show up, think about that new connection that you can make that can move your business forward. So you prepare your 60-second intro, you know what you're going to say, and you walk in confident. Practice presence. Taking a breath or two, focusing on your breath, breathing deeply. A mantra, something like, I've got this, and a power pose can go a long way to setting your stage for success before you walk into that team meeting, before you step out on stage, before you enter the door of the conference room or the networking event. Whatever it is, priming your presence will make a big difference. And then embrace imperfection. Okay, so you hear the quaver in your voice. Let it go. Stop focusing on it. Focus on the people that are there to support you, because they are. Gee, I hope this speaker's boring, said no one ever. So focus on the fact that people are looking to you to show up and share your message, and they want to hear from you. Each time you speak, it's like building a muscle. It's not one and done at the gym. It's repeat, repeat, repeat. So speaking is a lot like that. We need to practice again. Okay, we made a mistake. We didn't like how it turned out. We're going to practice again. What's the saying about when you fall off the horse, you need to get right back on? So if you feel like, oh, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped, get right back on. Schedule another event. Show up at another networking. Speak up at your next team meeting. Whatever it is, do it again and again, because the more you do it, the better you will get, the more you practice. So remember, Labor Day isn't just about barbecues and parades. It's a reminder of what can happen when ordinary people decide their voice matters. When you're standing on the stage, the edge of your own moment, whatever that stage is for you, hesitant before you raise your hand in a meeting or step up to the microphone, remember, courage is not about perfection. It's about presence. Those workers in 1882 didn't wait until they were flawless to take action. They showed up. They were nervous, they were imperfect, but they were determined. You want to show up the same way. Every confident speaker you admire is where you were now. Nervous, uncertain, afraid of getting it wrong. What set them apart is their willingness to step forward and do it again and again. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate the opportunity to share these ideas with you. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, please share it with them. And of course, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel so you get weekly updates.